It's time for our Seen and Unseen segment, where we unravel some of the big cultural stories of the day. Tonight we have Me Too comebacks, a Trump musical, and a cardinal dismissing the sex abuse scandal in the Catholic Church. I'm joined by Raymond Arroyo, Fox News contributor, New York Times bestselling author of the fantastic Will Wilder series. Raymond, the Me Too movement claimed a lot of careers, but now it seems like comedian Louis C.K. he was out. He's a big Trump basher, by the way, and now he's in.
Well, FX, HBO, Netflix, they all canned him. You remember he exposed himself to women, sexual inappropriate actions. He left. He apologized, though, Laura.
Yeah.
Now he's staging a comeback. And in New York the other day, he did a 15-minute set at a little comedy club. It's on the East Side. And people are complaining, particularly his victims, saying, it's too early. You shouldn't have come back now. This is a little taste of his comedy.
I'm the guy that women see and they go, what?
And they're still going. And now Matt Lauer, Today Show fame, he talked to some fans at a restaurant. It was reported in Page 6 this week. He said, I'm going to be back on TV soon. Now, Matt Lauer had a list as long as my arm of accusations against him. The question is, how long do you have to stay in Me Too purgatory? And my sense is you have to have a public contrition. You need to be called out and shamed publicly, I think. But then it's up to the audience. I mean, these guys can put their toes in the water and see if the audience will accept them. My guess is they won't. This scandal is bigger.
But the Lauer was like, a lot of the blue hairs were going up to him at the restaurant.
Old
a lot of the blue hairs. Matt, I love you and Willard Scott. We were great with Willard, right? They're like the glory days. Like, we like the Smuckers segment.
Where's Bryant?
Yeah, where's Bryant?
Looking for Brian Gumbel and Katie.
Oh, no.
Now, I got to tell you about a new off-Broadway musical that was unveiled the other day by a former, if very brief, White House official. He introduced the cast of a new Trump musical at a New York press conference. I wish I were making this up. Here's Anthony Scaramouche.
Just is great fun. You know, I mean, my stock answer is I always wanted a second White House press conference, and I couldn't get one, okay, because I only lasted 11 days.
So he introduced this cast who are playing members of the Trump family. Now, I'll set this up very quickly. This is kind of like an Osmond special. The Trump family is gathering, but Daddy Trump doesn't show up. So Ivanka has to assume the role as hostess. And what does a family do when Dad is detained?
They sing.
They sing. This is so lousy.
Did Scaramouche, who's been very nasty, by the way, to me,
really?
Very nasty, even though he sat where you sat a couple times, not anytime soon. But does he have some creative? Is he better at producing or being involved in this than he was as 5 seconds as press secretary?
I think they just hired him in to promote this thing. But why? It's so embarrassing. It's like, you know, a guy in a
First of all, since when is Ivana fat? I mean, God bless her. Ivana is not a fat woman.
I will only go see this when the Mooch and Omarosa are fill-ins. You know, when they come into the cast, I'll be there.
Now, this weekend, a former Vatican diplomat charged that the Pope and several bishops worked to conceal and protect sexual abusers in the Catholic Church. Chicago Archbishop Cardinal Blase Supich told a local NBC affiliate that the Pope is just too busy for all this.
The Pope has a bigger agenda. He's got to get on with other things of talking about the environment and protecting migrants and carrying on the work of the church. We're not going to go down a rabbit hole on this.
So wait a minute. Charges that there are corruption and a culture of silence at the very upper echelons of the church, that's a rabbit hole that affects victims today and victims to come?
Let me just tell you, that Supich comment was disgusting, dismissive, and revealing of how far left the Catholic Church has gone.
I can top it. He said, here's the real reason that we're seeing this resistance to Pope Francis and these accusations. Watch.
Quite frankly, they also don't like him because he's a Latino.
Now,
what?
They don't like him because he's Latino. Bergoglio is full-blooded Italian who grew up in Argentina. So I'm more Latino than he is. But I don't know if we're going to have time. There was a cheer that went up today at the papal event, the Wednesday audience in Rome, and some people thought they were yelling Vigano, who is the archbishop that made this
accusations that the Pope knew about McCarrick's
misdeeds,
sleeping with the seminarians deal. Let's watch the audience.
Yeah. There is some dispute as to whether this is actually Vigano. There was a bishop on the stage with the Pope. His name is Italio. And they're saying this is a crowd of kids yelling, Italio, Italio. Some friends who I knew who were there, they claim that it was a blend of things.
It started Italio.
It ended.
This is like that viral thing. What was it?
Is it Yanni?
Yanni or Laurel?
Yeah, well.
Yanni, Vigano or Italio?
You be the judge.
Yeah, we won't come. When I listen to it, it sounds like Vigano to me.
All right. Well,
what is that telling the Pope up there doing what is it telling him? People are not happy.
Let me tell you, he is, according to reports, embittered by this, but he hasn't said anything, and the people are crying out.
Guess what Vigano said? He said, "I'm completely serene and at peace because I said the truth."